everyone. Today I am Gautam from the Lawrence School Sana. I am going to narrate a story, A Face in the Dark, from the Tales of Macabre, written by Ruskin Bond. Mr. Oliver, an Anglo-Indian teacher, was returning to his school late one night on the outskirts of the hill station of Shimla. He usually strolled into the town in the evenings, returning after dark. Often, he would take a shortcut through the pine forest. Whenever there was a strong wind, the pine trees made sad and eerie sounds that kept most of the people to the main road. But Mr. Oliver was not such a nervous or unimaginative man. He always carried a torch, but that night was misty and windy. The torch batteries were also running down, so Mr. Oliver started to walk swiftly. The flickering light of the torch fell on a figure of a boy who was sitting alone on a rock. So Mr. Oliver stopped and thought, boys were not supposed to be out after dark. Hey, what are you doing here, boy? Moving closer so that Mr. Oliver could recognize that naughty boy. As he approached the boy, he could sense that something was wrong. The boy appeared to be crying with his head hung down and his hands held his face. His body shook convulsively. It was a strange, soundless weeping. Tell me what's the matter, boy? What are you crying for? The boy would not look up or answer, but continued weeping. Mr. Oliver's anger giving way to concern. Tell me what's the trouble, boy? You should not be out here at this hour. Come on, boy. Look up, boy. Look up. The boy finally looked up, took off his hands from his face and directly looked towards Mr. Oliver. The light from Mr. Oliver's torch fell on the boy's face. If you could call it a face, it had no eyes, nose, ears, mouth, nothing. It was just a round, smooth head with a school cap on top of it. The torch fell down from Mr. Oliver's trembling hands. So he turned around and scrambled down the path, running blindly through the trees and calling for help. Help! Help! Is someone listening? Help! He was still running towards the school building when he saw the school watchman carrying a lantern and swinging it in the middle of the path. Mr. Oliver stopped, gasping for breath when he sighted the watchman. What is it, Sahib? Why are you running? Has there been an accident? I saw something horrible. A boy weeping in the woods and had no face. No face, Sahib? Yes, no eyes, nose, ears, nothing. Do you mean it was like this, Sahib? The watchman also had no eyes, nose, ears, nothing, not even an eyebrow. And that's when the wind blew the lamp out. Thank you.